Part 2, Jungkook, when the youngest became a target. Inside the real threat investigation, every legend has a chapter the world never sees. For BTS, this chapter belongs to Jungkook, a boy born with many talents, a voice that could shake stadiums, a presence that turned cameras into shadows. To the world, he is the Golden Maknae, the prodigy, the untouchable, the one destined for greatness. But legends do not start in the light. They begin in fear, in silence, and in the places no spotlight can reach. 1. A case file unsealed. According to years of community archives and media reporting, the earliest signs appeared when Jungkook was only 15, a child alone in Seoul, a trainee, but someone was already watching. No one knows exactly when the first boundary was crossed. Maybe it was the day strangers waited outside his school, or the time someone tracked him back home. Or it was the moment he realized he was being seen, even when he didn't want to be. Reported by fans on Korean forums, sasaengs began following Jungkook earlier than almost anyone else in the group, sending gifts he never asked for, leaving notes that felt more like warnings than affection, showing up in places he had never publicly mentioned. His hungs tried to shield him. Jimin and Jin walked on either side of him in airports. RM kept a hand on his shoulder. Suga stood between him and the crowd. But 7 bodies cannot block millions of eyes. 2. The guitar that turned into a threat. Fade into black. A single guitar string rings sharp, unsettling. In 2023, Jungkook spoke softly during a live stream. He said he didn't want gifts anymore. He asked politely for boundaries. Most fans understood, but according to articles and fan-documented reports, one person did not. A guitar had been sent to him. When Jungkook didn't use it publicly, this person snapped, posting furious messages online, accusing him of disrespecting the gift, escalating into dangerous threats aimed at him. Some messages were deleted, some reposted. Fans described the tone as hostile, obsessive, and frightening. The fandom panicked. Security was alerted. Big Hit monitored the situation. And Jungkook? He went silent. Not because he was unaffected, but because silence was the only shield he had while millions of people watched every move he made. 3. The night messages. For years, scattered across forums and community records, there were reports of something more chilling. Late-night messages from anonymous accounts, messages telling Jungkook not to appear at certain events, messages stating someone was nearby, messages saying, "I will find you," according to fans who tracked these incidents. Jungkook's schedules changed quietly more than once. Security increased around airports, staff formed human shields in crowded venues. No official statement, no press conference, just silence, and the pressure of knowing someone, somewhere, had their eyes locked on him. The kind of fear that doesn't scream, it whispers. 4. The weight under the gold. People call him golden as if the word means perfect, but according to Jungkook's own confessions and interviews, it never did. He admitted feeling overwhelmed. He admitted losing confidence. He admitted wishing he could hide when the expectations crushed him. And that's when his members spoke. In an interview with Weavers magazine, RM said, "He's the youngest, but sometimes he's the one who gives us strength." Jimin said he worries about Jungkook more than himself. Jin used to hold Jungkook's wrist tightly in airports, reported by fans who witnessed it, so sasaengs couldn't grab him. Suga said Jungkook tries to carry everything alone. These weren't dramatic statements. These were quiet truths, the kind spoken by men who watched their youngest brother survive storms no teenagers should ever face. The turning point. 7. Golden. The moment Jungkook began speaking for himself, during the 7 era, in 2023, he said he wanted to live honestly. He said he wanted to stop hiding. He said he wanted to show people who he really is, not the flawless image, but the man who feels pain and keeps going anyway. He wasn't just talking about fame. He was talking about the years of stalking, the threats, the obsessive messages, the weight of being watched by people who didn't always wish him well, and yet, he practiced until sunrise. If the world pushed him into darkness, Jungkook created his own light. According to reports from fan community platforms and media outlets, in May 2023, Jungkook publicly addressed an alarming incident. Someone had secretly sent delivery food to his private home address. On May 4, 2023, on his official community page, he wrote, "Please don't send delivery food to my house. I'm not going to eat it anyway. I appreciate the sentiment. If you send it one more time, I will check the receipt order number and take action. So please stop." He emphasized that although he was thankful for the thought, such an action invaded his privacy and made him uncomfortable. But the situation escalated quickly. The same person who started sending threats to his safety According to an article in the Economic Times, a fan page shared screenshots showing threats such as, "You think I can't attack him? I knew where his house was and was able to send him food." This wasn't just a scary message. It confirmed that someone had not only obtained his private information address, but was willing to weaponize that knowledge. Media coverage described the case as a serious threat. Moreover, this was not the first time Jungkook had to face invasions of privacy. According to a feature by a major Korean newspaper, his home, his private schedule, even calls to him during live streams have been repeatedly exploited by obsessive people over the years. So next time when you see Jungkook's smile under the lights, remember, behind it there might be shadows, but some shadows stay hidden so fame can shine. This is Jungkook's story, not of perfection, but of survival. Not of fantasy, but of reality. And maybe, if you listen carefully, of hope.